Eruption! So that was the end of Eruption. Eddie Van Halen's big shot out of the gate of Van Halen 1, 1978. People think of it as tapping, the big tapping part. It is, I guess. Kurt Mitchell did a cool video some 30 years ago on all the Van Halen stuff, and I'm sure he played it way better than me. But it's really all this kind of stuff, you know, tapping tones, and these are just kind of arpeggios we're tapping, whatever. But these are kind of known as like right-handed hammer-ons. Tapping is something kind of different, where you tap 12 frets away. Another thing Eddie kind of did. You know, stuff like that. That's kind of tapping, I guess. But people know this kind of stuff, you know, is as tapping. So for all intents and purposes, we'll call it tapping. But anyway, that's the end of Eruption, the big climactic explosion of it all. So let's check out what Eddie's doing there. Bunch of triads he's playing, tapping, right-handed hammer-ons. Let's see what's going on. So the first one is just a C sharp major, C sharp minor triad, tapping on the 5th, the G sharp. These are 16th note triplets, the rhythm of it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know. So that's the first two measures. You know, 16th note triplets, 4 beats in a row for the C sharp minor arpeggio, and then the A major triad, and it goes up to a B7. So let's check out what's going on there. So on the 4th beat, so whoops. On beat 4, you go up, it just becomes a B triad, B major triad. B, D sharp, F sharp. Okay, cool. Now from there, goes into E major. So E major here. So here's what we have. Okay, cool. From there, E major goes to a C major triad. That's a cool thing in rock music, and Van Halen did it a bunch. We have like a real powerful kind of sound. It's cool. Ozzy had some of that in some of his cool songs. Anyway, so back to Eruption. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, that part. So now we're going to kind of mirror what we did with the B7 little arpeggio where we went. So you hit on beat 4, you went up to the root and hammered that. So doing something similar with the C major and D major triads, except we're going to be hammering on beat 4 the 9th of C, which would be a D note, and then the 9th of the D chord, which would be an E note. So here we go. What are we looking at here? Okay, so D, E, and then from there does this cool little descending blues turnaround type thing. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's go back a little bit and play into it. Cool. So it does that part. Again. It does that section twice. And then it repeats that for as if it were a D chord. So for the C. So same thing for the C chord. And then from there, you're in a little B triad again to an E minor triad. Gets into like some Yngwie-ish sounding stuff before Yngwie came around. But Yngwie didn't do all that much of this type stuff. Anyway. So one measure each of B major chord, and then E minor, B major again, a measure of that, and then it alternates between like a B major, E minor, like a dominant 5, minor 1 resolution type thing. So let's take it from the C chord going into the B ending. Okay, so let's see what's going on there. And then yeah, two measures of that, I believe. Cool. And then from there, he does something cool with this delay pedal. It's the old Boss DD3, I believe it is, which is the one I have here on the board, but I still don't really, I never really learned how he did that. But Kurt Mitchell will tell you. Check him out. But anyways, you can just you simulate something like that. Just, I don't know. However you want to end it. It ends on a big E chord, little E5 kind of thing. So that's the end of Eruption. Have fun with it and check the transcript and practice. Hang on. I'm going to play Eruption again. Fucking shit, man.
You played it right the first time, right?
Yeah, well,
just relax and play it again.
I didn't play it. I wasn't as happy with how it sounded the first time. Eruption!